Hey, this is Abu here from X3 Drop, and we're here with William Dinkel here, who did pretty decently in Team Wars, and actually came in second. So tell us about your deck.
Alright, so I played the Wish Dende leader, so the leader's Dende, but basically the whole deck is just Frieza, and basically you just vomit out a bunch of double and triple strikers on turn 2 and kill them before they're even able to do anything about it. So I didn't do quite as well at the singles event, but yeah, we came in second place for the team event and did pretty well. So anyways, so the leader kind of works like Shenron. So it's on awakened side, you can't attack. Tap it, burst 2, and then search your deck or life for 2 Dragon Balls. Awaken, you get to add a Namekian back from your drop, which is pretty helpful. And then the awakened side is also similar to Shenron, with the exception that it can actually attack, which is very helpful. Throws off a lot of people when they like count damage incorrectly. So same thing. Activate one of the effects, draw a card, or you can play a yellow desire. You can't do any black desires, but it's just the yellow ones. And then his wish is kind of garbage for the deck that I'm playing. It gives himself and every other Namekian on the board, gives it 10k. So it's good if you're playing the Namekian like Storm thing, but yeah, for this deck it doesn't really do anything just because you don't really run very many Namekians. So for the battle cards, you do the 4 Wishmaker Dendes. It's just an easy 1-drop that lets you search for your Dragon Balls. More often than not, you're able to awaken by like turn 2 if you're really unlucky, turn 3. And so this card just helps you get to him quicker. The nail, this was an excellent suggestion by one of the other players, Alex Grant. This card came in clutch so many times. So my boss monster requires 2 yellow cards on board. So the nail comes in super handy because you can just attack with the leader and then combo with them. And so after the combo is ended, you burst 2, and then you get to play them on the field for free, basically. Just do that burst 2. And so then you can just tribute it off for your big dude and go for game. So it's just super nice, super helpful. You play the 4 Tagomas. So this searches any yellow desire from your deck or your drop, which is really helpful. So even if your deck's getting kind of thin, then you can just start grabbing them out of your drop area and just using all of them again and just keep going. Frieza is a little baby Frieza. I kind of had some mixed like luck with this card. So you tap 1, play him, he's an activate main, you pop himself, you draw a card, and you get to send a Frieza 4 or less drop from your deck to the drop area. And all of the main desire of the deck summons from the drop, so this is kind of like helps set up your plays. But man, like in the last game, I needed to drop one of the card to get to my boss monster. And I activated main, popped them, and then so the draw comes first, and it's mandatory. And I ended up drawing the card that I needed to send, and so I had no way of summoning it, so I ended up getting bodied. Feels bad, man. And then your super combo, you play the Beerus. It's the Sparking 5 super combo, which is just dumb easy in the Dragon Ball deck. It's live basically turn 1. But unfortunately, most of my games, I actually ended up charging it because I would see it like super early, like in my opening hand, with like a bunch of like Wishmaker Dendes and Dragon Balls that like those I can't charge. So like a lot of the time I just ended up charging it, which is kind of feels bad. So now we're getting into the Friezas. So basically all the other stuff is just like helping me get to my plays, but then the actual like going for damage. Friezas. So the first one is Frieza Back from Hell. It's a 3-drop. You're only allowed to have 1 of them on board at a time, so you really only play 1, just because like you're able to recycle it with the with your Revival of the Emperor desire card. And so this card is hella spicy. So activate main. You can choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier. And and if it's in rest mode, then it doesn't untap on your opponent's next untap step. So if they have a boss monster that you just can't get over, then you can just bring this guy out, activate main, and it ignores barrier. So literally any card, you can just tap it, or you just lock it, and so it doesn't untap. And so it kind of gives you like an extra turn to just get around stuff. And so then its other effect is if it's in rest mode, and if your opponent has 7 or more cards that are tapped, so that includes like energy and leader card, If they have 7 or more that are tapped, then you just ping them for life. And so in the semifinals for the teams, I actually got I was playing a Broly, and he had a mastery on board, and I was able to just survive it. And he left himself with 1 life just because of the Broly effect, and he had exactly 7 cards on board. So I just played him, attacked, he comboed out of it, and then I was just like, okay, activate main, ping him for a life, and got game that way. So it's just a super spicy way. It rarely comes up, but when it does, it's really nice. So then the next Frieza is the Mecha Frieza Returning Terror. I got Peter Catania to sign it, so holla. I played the Frieza deck, like the yellow Frieza, back when the game first started, and so I just have like a huge appreciation for it. So you only end up needing 1, just because 1's all you need, because you just keep bringing it back from the drop. And with the little baby Frieza, you're able to send it whenever you need it. So it's a double striker, 15k. When it comes into play, you discard a card, and then you can choose up to 2 of your opponent's rest mode cards and just KO them. And so it kind of sucks if they have barrier, but for the most part they kind of don't, so you can just pop whatever cards that are giving you issues. And then he's also dual attack, and whenever he uses effect he gets double strike, so it's 15k double strike dual attack. So it's just really good for either clearing boards, so even if they have like 4 cards on board, then you can use his effect, kill 2 of them, and then just swing into the other 2 and get rid of them. Or if you're going for games, you can just do it that way, and no problem, pretty easy. Next super clutch card, Clan of Terror Mecha Frieza, 4-drop 20k, double strike. When it comes into play, you get to look at your opponent's hand and play any battle mode card in rest mode. So this card is so freaking helpful. So you get to look at their hand, see how many negates they have. If they don't use the Bloodlust on this, which I don't know why they wouldn't, but if they don't use the Bloodlust on this, then you get to look at their hand, see if they have the Bloodlust, check how many negates they have, if they have a Mafuba, anything like that. And he doesn't have to attack to do it, so it's basically just free. So you could, what I'd usually do is I just look at their hand, and if they had one of those, like one of the one drop negates, or like a super combo or something, then I just make them play it and then just kill it immediately, because it's pretty easy to get over stuff. So it helps rip their hand and gives you some hand knowledge. So the piece that gets you to your boss monster is Occupation of Evil Frieza. So this card, it's a 4-drop 20k double strike, so it's an activate main, and you KO 2 of your other yellow cards, and then evolve into the 7-drop, which is like right there. So the Golden Frieza Resurrected Terror. And so you evolve into that guy, and then you draw 2 cards, so it basically pays for itself. And then you choose, well, that's the end of that card's effect, and then you evolve into the 7-drop Frieza. And so whenever he comes into play, he's triple strike. And you choose all of your opponent's battle cards and switch them to rest mode, and then any card that's in rest mode is sent to the drop. So if they could have 3 Deadly Defenders and an Awe-Inspiring on board, and you're just like, okay, get that guy, go into Big Boy, get rid of all of them, 30k triple strike. And then if they try to negate that, then you have the bad ring, and then you just get in there. So extra spicy, really good way to like get a ton of damage early game. And so if the deck works like it's supposed to work, then I can get this guy out usually like turn 2, turn 3, something like that. So by that time, people aren't usually set up, and so I can just knock them down to like 2 or 3 life left, and then just kind of coast from there. So that's it for the battle cards. And then next up, got the extra cards. So I'm playing the Revival of the Emperor. This is the 2-drop Desire that brings back any 4-drop or less Frieza from your drop. So this is why you need to load up your drop area with as many Friezas as possible. So you just bring them back every single time. So more often than not, if I've got like 2 of these in my hand, then I can just tap 2, play one of them, go into the big old 7-drop through Occupation Evil Frieza, nuke their board, and then use my leader ability to play another one for free. And then I'll usually go into the Clan of Terror, look at their hand, rip a super combo, and then just swing with a 30k for game. Plus I get all the hand knowledge from it. And plus the Tagoma can just bring it back from drops, so you can just keep using it over and over and over again. Next up, I only played 3 Personal Ambitions, because the deck already draws a ton as it is, so I just felt like more often than not, I didn't really need the 4th, so I feel like 3 is the best amount to play. and it's literally 100% free card. You tap a card, draw a card, untap a card. And then plus it's really nice because you could use your, if you're like all tapped out, you can use your leader ability to just play it for free. And so you draw a card and untap a card, and so then it kind of opens up your negates or something like that. So it's super nice. After that, we played 2 Assimilates. Assimilate, it's a 0-drop, and it searches for any 2-drop or less Namekian cards. So it gets you your Wish Dende or your Nails. So it just helps to speed up the deck a little bit and get you to your Dragon Balls faster. 2 Bad Ring. Bad Ring is stupid. Card needs to go, but I kind of need to play it just because go in for the triple attack. They try to negate it. I can just Bad Ring. And so most of the 1-drops, you actually, or the 110 combos, like the big Friezas, like these guys, you don't really want these guys in your hand, and so you just use the Bad Ring and then drop them from your hand for free, so you don't got to use the actual combo power for them, which is super helpful. 4 Time Magic, like Flying Nimbus is great, but Time Magic is so helpful for the meta right now with all the Brolys and Height of Masteries, and how many times they're like trying to attack you. Time Magic is, with Flying Nimbus you have to keep a mana open, which with this deck you really, like, you almost never do. So Time Magic, you could just take a life, negate the attack, and then lock a card. So also in the semifinals I was playing that Broly guy, and he tapped out for the Height of Mastery and thought he had game because he had a ton of combo power in his hand. Swung with them, and just right off the bat, just went Time Magic, took a life, lock it, and he was like, oh, okay, guess I'll just pass. And then I just gave him the hands next turn. So I main deck 2 minus Keely Zones just because Bloodlust is a terrible card, and I hate it, and it gives me nightmares. So just remove 3 from your Warp and draw a card, and they can't activate any counterplays. It's also really helpful against the green deck that has that, the card that just, like tap 2 and you just stop whatever card would come into play. So what was it? Preemptive strike, sure. And so this is really good for getting around those things. So I mained it, and then if my opponent, like if I was playing like Janemba or something like that, then I just side it out. By the way, if you play Janemba with this deck, you basically lose. Like, don't even bother playing the match, you just lose. And then because I'm a scrub, I got the common Purunga Dragon Balls. So I was doing the Purunga, one because it's a Namekian leader, and then also because for the team event we had to have different names. So that's it for the side deck. Onto the main deck. For the side deck, I did end up siding the 2 Flying Nimbus just in case I was playing against some like Saiyan variant, because Saiyan's just, oh my gosh, they vomit out way too many cards that I'm able to deal with. So Flying Nimbus just kind of helps to stop it a little bit early. 2 Deadly Defender Friezas. This was mainly in case I was playing against any like Victory Strike or something. I just wanted to add 1 extra body that they had to attack into before they were even able to touch my life. So I only ended up siding in for 1 game against the Height of Mastery people. And it helped a little bit, but it didn't really have the effect that I was looking for. And then basically the next couple cards are all for Janemba. So Toki Toki, as I said, this deck auto loses to Janemba, but it kind of gives you a little bit of a fighting chance because you play it and then you just get to stack it on top of your deck and then shuffle, because you don't have to play the other 3-drop that comes off of it. So I just stack it, kind of give myself an extra card and go from there, which it helped, but yeah, you can't beat Janemba unless they're like really bad, and the guy that I played was really bad. So next up is the Dangerous Journey Bulma. So you get to kind of shuffle things back. Again, it's just for the Janemba matchup, so if you like end up milling all of your like big 7-drops or anything like that, then you can just easily use the Bulma, put them back in, shuffle. And unfortunately, you do have to draw a card off of it, which kind of sucks, but it just helps kind of recycle your things. And I'm actually considering main decking like 1 or 2 of these, just because off of like the Unawakened Burst or off of the Nail Burst or something like that, it does occasionally happen where you end up milling a bunch of your 7-drops. And that's like your win con of the deck, so you kind of have to have them, so it'd be kind of helpful to recycle it. Plus, it's even more draw power, because why not? 1 Kami, never cited it, never even needed it. mainly because my boss monster Frieza basically does the same thing, except it's like even better and even more free than Kami. So you don't need it. I didn't need to cite it. Played 3. Our team champion back there, Alex Grant, and is messing around, doing dumb stuff. So Cronoa, just in case for the Broly matchup, if they're playing Shugash. So it's just an easy draw card, and then just shuts off Shugash, which is Shugash and Battering need to go. Both of those cards need to be banned because they're just dumb. And so finally, obviously the 3 Haru Haru, because yellow is a thing, and I don't know why they only made a card that just destroys yellow and green, but they did, so whatever. And you bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna play it. So anyways, yeah, so that was the Wish Dende deck profile. Our cinematographer Fabio of Abu Gaming is getting kind of annoyed. But yeah, so that was the Dende Wish Leader. It goes really, really fast, and it's super fun to play. So I definitely recommend. So I definitely recommend playing it. Yeah, so thanks for watching. And by the way, we're here with DP Yu-Gi-Oh! Coming out for a Dragon Ball event. So I wanted to say what's up to him. So we really appreciate you coming out here to X3 Drop. We hope you had a good time. And that's our fearless leader, Alex Grant. He was our team captain for the duos match. Went undefeated all day.
7-0.
Never lost a single game. It was just his terrible teammates holding him back. That man's poor back. All right. So yeah, ended up top or getting second place. So we got like a ton of packs, and we got some money back, which is always nice. We got this nice delicious map. So. Yeah, play the Wish Dende Leader because it's fun and super aggro and only partially garbage. Only garbage half the time. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to X3 Drop Gaming and for more deck profiles and other Dragon Ball related stuff. So thanks for watching. Subscribe. Peace.